Assume that annual sales of a small manufacturer can be modeled by a linear function, and that sales were 15,000 in 1988 and 47,000 in 1993. Let x equals 0 represent 1988 and f of x represent annual sales, and write a formula for f of x. Now it says linear function, so that kind of gives us an idea. Linear function means that we're looking for y is equal to mx plus b. Now, in order to get a linear function, you have to find two things. You have to find m, and you have to find b. They do not appear to give us the slope or the rate of change directly, so we're going to have to calculate it. And nowhere does it really represent b either that we can see. So let's see what we're looking for. What we're looking for is we're looking for a set of points. That would allow us to find m. So we're looking for x and y. Probably it's not going to be x and y though, so we have to figure out what we're dealing with. Okay, let's see. It can be modeled by linear function. Sales were this, and let x equals 0. Okay, f of x represents annual sales. Okay, so f of x is sales. I don't think the annual part has anything to do with it. And what is x? Let x equal 0 represent 1988, which implies that x, even though they don't tell us directly, x is time. Okay, so for our 2 points, we're looking for time first, and then remember f of x is the same as y, so then we're looking for sales. Let x equal 0 represent 1988. So they're telling us this time is 0. In 1988, the sales were 15,000 in 1988. So this would be 0, 15,000. Then they tell us we went from 1988 to 1993. Think of the passage of time. Total number of years have gone by is 5 years. So I'm going to put 5 in for the time. And then it tells us that in 1993 it was 47,000 for the sales. Okay, well those are our 2 points. And I'm going to use, even though they actually represent sales and time, I'm going to represent these with x's and y's, just to make it go directly to our formula. This is our first point, so I'll label this as x1, y1. This is our second point, so I'll label this as x2, y2. Our formula for the slope is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y2 is 47,000 minus y1, which is 15,000, over x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 0. Is that 32,000? Divided by 5 minus 0 is 5. 6,400? Let me check that. $32,000 divided by 5. Sometimes my basic math is off. Yeah, 6,400. So that's our M. Well, now we need to find B. And this right here should probably tell you something, but if you don't see it, then we go through our steps. We plug in one of the points for x and y. Doesn't matter which one. Whichever one looks easier. This first one looks easier. So I plug that in for x and plug that in for y. So y is 15,000. M we just said was 6,400. And x is 0 plus b. And then we want to solve for b. 6,400 times 0 is 0. 0 plus b is b, so b is 15,000. This was our, remember what m represents. M is our slope, b is our y-intercept. When the x is 0, that's automatically your y-intercept. So I didn't have to do any calculation at all there. Now we can't actually forget to write down our answer. We're going to say a y, and then we'll plug in m, which is 6400, x plus b, which we said was 15,000. And this is our linear model. Now you could put f of x there to put in function notation, and even more than that, instead of x you could put t's there if you want, t representing the passage of time.